What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. Now, in today's video, we are predicting the second leg of the Champions League. Now, as some of you know, I'm going away on a trip. This video is being uploaded on the 14th of April, by which time I will be away in Tenerife. So I don't actually know the results of the first leg yet because they're being played tomorrow. It's the 8th of April today. I'm having to pre-record a little bit, so I don't know the results of the first leg. So obviously, I would ask you take these predictions with a pinch of salt. When the first leg results happen, you might see these and think, yeah, they still actually make, you know, a lot of sense. But if one team wins 7-0, they're probably not going to go all out in the second leg and get maybe as many goals as I might predict today. So I just want to say, bear that in mind. I don't know the results of the first leg. So essentially what I've done, if you go watch the previous Champions League video and this video, I've predicted both the first and second leg results without knowing them in between. So if there are any major amendments, maybe I'll make an adjustment in the comments if you go down there and check right now, depending on what I'm doing on my holiday, if I'm able to do that. But that is what we're going to be doing today. So if we go to the predictions just now, we can get in. We can do it. So in this video, I'll let you know just quickly what I said in my first leg prediction video. And in the video where I predicted the first legs, I went in depth to each team that's still in the competition, the route they took to get there, how many points they're on, teams they beat, and, you know, particular stats that you might find, you know, somewhat interesting. So if you want to see all the information about these teams, then by all means go check out my first leg prediction video, which was, I believe, uploaded a week ago for you at this time, the 7th of April, if I got that all correct. But kicking off, we have Juventus versus Ajax. And in the first leg, I'll put this out right now, I predicted that Juventus would win away from home 2-1. Thinking that Cristiano Ronaldo would be fit for the game. So that was my prediction, that Juventus would just edge it away. But obviously, we know that Ajax, they're a decent team. And obviously, Real Madrid beat Ajax 2-1 away as well. And then Ajax came to win 4-1 at Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. And I'm just thinking, you know, Ajax, they are decent. Can they do it again? I mean, obviously, no one predicted that Ajax would qualify against Real Madrid. But despite Real Madrid being 3-time champions, they are without Ronaldo. Juventus have Ronaldo. And Real Madrid, even despite that and their Champions League record, they have been struggling a little bit in La Liga despite the return of Zinedine Zidane, although I don't think Zidane wasn't even there when they played Ajax, so we can forget about that. But for Juventus versus Ajax, I think it's going to be different. I think Juventus, this is the best shot they have at winning the Champions League in a long time. I think they are very close to winning Serie A already. They only need to win, I think if they win the next game, then they've won the league already. So good job for them on that one. But I do think they are going to have enough to beat Ajax. I don't think... It would be amazing. It would be similar in a way if Man United qualified against Barcelona, if Ajax qualified against Juventus. You know, Man United, the underdogs, knock out PSG and then knock out Barcelona. I don't think that's going to happen. Ajax, the underdogs, knock out Real Madrid and then go through against Juventus. I don't think that's going to happen either. And obviously, Ajax are the underdogs. They are a great team, but they're just not ready to win the Champions League. On a day, as seen against Real Madrid, they can beat anyone, but that's on any day. You know, that's not on most days. They've got to do it every day if they want to win the Champions League. And that's why I don't think they're ready just yet. But they've got some bright young talent and it will no doubt be an end-to-end game. But Juventus are at home. They beat Atletico Madrid 3-0 at home. And it is just a different place to go. So I'm going to go with a 3-1 win to Juventus over Ajax in this fixture. Much respect. I think Ajax has gained a lot of new fans from around the world for the performance they put in the Champions League. Unbeaten in the group stage, knocking out Real Madrid. They've done a fantastic job. But I think a lot of people would want as well Juventus to go through and just really for the Ronaldo story. They want Ronaldo to go all the way, because how cool would it be if it's a Ronaldo-Messi final, Barcelona versus Juventus? I don't think it's going to happen because I think Man City would knock out Juventus in the semi-final. But it is possible, you know, the way the brackets are lined up, it's possible, I believe, for it to be a Barcelona and Juventus final. So it could be Ronaldo versus Messi because, let's be honest, none of them are winning a World Cup. Messi came close in 2014, but... you know, I don't think Portugal and or Argentina are making it to the final of a World Cup with Ronaldo and Messi in the squad. That is if Ronaldo and Messi are in the squad the next time the World Cup rolls around in 2022. So yeah, 3-1 Juventus against Ajax, but no disrespect to Ajax. The next one is Barcelona at home to Manchester United. The previous prediction I made, 3-2 away win for Barcelona. Barcelona, obviously, they're not as strong away from home as they are at home, but they really are very, very strong at home. And I am predicting that Barcelona will beat Manchester United, sending them out of the Champions League and really focusing on the top four, which is looking like it's going to be a tough task for them, for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They might be playing Europa League football next season. You never know. But I'm going to go with a 2-0 win to Barcelona. I think at home they will be good enough. And Man United have had their wobble lately. You know, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in as the permanent manager, it's like the honeymoon is over, reality sits in, and there's no better team than to really deliver a good reality check than the in-form Barcelona, particularly obviously Suarez and of course Lionel Messi, who scored, I think he scored in 14 of his last 16 games. I was really curious and I looked at it, I looked at the stats. With 3 hat-tricks in 16 games, scoring in 14 of them, he scores so many. He's absolutely unreal, and I just think Barcelona will be too strong for Man United. Even, you know, just as a neutral to this game, I guess you could say, it would be great to see Man United pull off something like they did against PSG. I watched the PSG game, Man United, when the penalty was awarded. I was in this very chair, and I was taken aback. My heart was pounding, and I had no emotional tie to the game whatsoever. Very exciting, but like Ajax, I think Man United's run ends here. Will there be an upset in this tie between Man United and Barcelona, or Juventus and Ajax? There might be, but my prediction is Barcelona and Juventus through to the semi-finals. Now, the next game is Manchester City against Tottenham. I predicted a 3-1 win to Man City in the first away leg for them, which I'm not too sure how I feel about that right now. Like I said, I haven't seen the result of the first leg. Man City just beat Brighton 1-0 in the FA Cup. They didn't have a full-strength team, to be fair, but they really did make it harder on themselves than it needed to be. And I'm thinking Tottenham, they flew through Crystal Palace. They looked pretty good. They're at home in that first leg. So whether it be 3-1 to Man City anymore, I'm not sure. Maybe a closer, maybe a 2-1 or something like that. But Man City at the Etihad is a tough place to go. And Tottenham do not have a great record against Manchester City, as many people, a lot of people don't have the best record against Man City unless you're Lyon or Shakhtar Donetsk. But I think it's going to be Man City going through to the semi-finals, and I am going to go for a 2-1 Manchester City win. You know, recently I've gone for big wins for Man City, but ever since they slapped up Schalke in the previous round, they've kind of been getting low scoring, you know, grinding out the wins. They like the last 3 games, they've scored 5 goals and conceded 0 at less than 2 goals a game. That's not very Man City like. 2-0 against Cardiff, 2-0 again against Fulham before the Cardiff game, and 1-0 against Brighton in the FA Cup. Like I said, I don't think they went full strength for any of those games in preparation for a busy month, so maybe they are just being very clinical with resting their players. They're doing well, but they are struggling with injuries at the back a little bit, a few players picking up knocks here and there, so it might be a little bit tough for them. So I don't think they're going to steamroll over Tottenham, but I think they are going to get a 2-1 win in the second leg, sending them through to the semi-final. And the final game, Porto versus Liverpool. Now, Liverpool have been specialising at getting the late winners, getting the goal they needed against Fulham, and the goal they needed, or goals I should say, against Southampton late on in the game after being 1-1 after about 75 minutes in both games. They're leaving it late, but finally Mo Salah has got himself a goal, finally got the 50th goal, which means I think he's going to be less selfish on the pitch because he's got that out of the way. He's the fastest player to actually do it. I think if he actually did it, you know, a while ago, when he could have done, like 10 weeks ago, he would have been the fastest player to ever do it in the Premier League. But I think his goal drought saw him fall behind Alan Shearer at Blackburn, I believe, when he was there. But I think Liverpool, they are playing very, very well, and I predicted they would beat Porto 2-0 in the first leg with a strong home performance. And I think they are just going to have enough to get the away win here against Porto. It's kind of awkward when you look at these predictions. You think, oh, he's just gone for the favourites for each tie. I've got my reasons, and there definitely is possibility of an upset, but if I had to put money on a scoreline, this would be it, like on a result. I do think Liverpool are going to get an away win, and I think it's going to be 2-1 to Liverpool against Porto. Porto are a great team. They're doing well in their domestic league, but I think Liverpool will have enough to get through to the semi-finals, which means it would be 50% English, 25% Italian, and 25% Spanish in the semi-finals with Juventus, Barcelona, Manchester City, and Liverpool. What a fantastic semi-final that would line up to be. It's really looking like an amazing Champions League, Premier League. A lot of the other leagues are kind of decided. Barcelona has La Liga wrapped up. Juventus has Serie A wrapped up. PSG has Ligue 1 wrapped up. The Bundesliga is looking interesting, but it seems Borussia Dortmund have completely thrown that one away. So, yeah, Premier League, Champions League, Europa League, of course, that's really where the action is coming from. So that is going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to subscribe, turn on the bell so you don't miss a single upload. We've got Europa League predictions coming up, Premier League predictions, of course. It's all going to hit the channel very, very soon. And yeah, so subscribe today, and I'll see you in the next video very soon. Of course, let me know what you think is going to happen in the games down in the comments below, and I'll read them all.